Welcome everyone to another theme park hotel review. I'm Caleb Kent, your theme park hotel critic. Today's review will be all about Disney's Animal Kingdom Villa's Kidani Village. I recently got to stay at this property in the second half of July, and here are my thoughts. For all of you who are not aware, this property is a Disney Vacation Club resort of Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge. I've already made a review on the whole main lodge, so if you're interested in learning about the main property, then you can click on the top right corner of your screen or the first link in the description. Another thing I want to clarify is that this video is about the villas at Kidani Village, and not Jambo House. To clear any confusion, Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge has two embedded DVC resorts. The Jambo House side is located in the horseshoe-shaped building, which is where the main property guest rooms and amenities are situated. The Kidani Village side, however, is designated entirely for DVC with its own building. I've already stayed at the villas at Jambo House and did a video on that, and usually I'd suggest watching that if you want to go check it out, but right now they are all being renovated, so that video is very soon going to be outdated. So I'm going to review them again at some point when they are all renovated. But if you still want to watch it, then you can find it in the second link in the description or the top right corner of your screen. And now, without anything else to add, let's begin the review. To briefly summarize the theme of the property, the whole lodge is based on lodges in Africa situated in savannas. And to increase the immersion of the lodge, the property houses live animals around the buildings with outlooks from the lobby and its guest room accommodations. Now, Jambo House, the main lodge building, is called that because of the word Jambo meaning hello in Swahili. Kidani Village, however, is titled that due to the word Kidani translating to necklace in Swahili. And the shape of the building actually resembles a traditional African necklace. As I've just explained, Kidani Village is situated with its own building on the west side of the property and overlooks the Sunset Savanna in the west outer side of the Jambo House building. There is also the Pemble Savanna, which can be seen on the west outer side up north of Kidani Village. Because of the significant distance between the two buildings, Kidani Village has its own bus stop station for the theme parks and Disney Springs. In fact, Kidani Village is the only embedded DVC resort at Walt Disney World to have its own designated bus station, and not shared with the main resort bus station. And no, I don't think the DVC cabins at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground really count. When it comes to the design of the building, it's identical to the Jambo House building, except that the top level doesn't extend out over the lower levels. And also on the southern part, 4 sections at the edge are one-sided, facing only the Sunset Savanna. Up at the north side, past the porte cochere, is Kidani Village's swimming pool area. Known as the Samawati Springs Pool, this pool is decorated beautifully with all the greenery and rockwork. It's like a smaller version of the Uzima Springs Pool at Jambo House, and this pool comes with a water slide that ends under a walkway bridge. There's actually also a few hot tubs to be found around here, a splash area, and even some rock work with waterfalls. And the pool area wouldn't be complete if it didn't have a snack bar to go with it, which it in fact does. They call it Magi. So for an embedded DVC resort, this pool area is arguably one of the best at Disney World. Outside the north edge of the pool area is an outlook site for the Pemble Savanna, and it's a great spot to immerse yourself in the resort by the pool area and look at some animals. Also, the walkways are admittedly mesmerizing with all the bushes and trees. Now up at the very front middle is the porte cochere. Just like at Jambo House, it uses an African crawl roof, and what I find fascinating here is the open hole allowing 2 palm trees to stand up through. But the porte cochere overall is a nice greeting to the resort. Under the porte cochere roof, there's an African-style chandelier light hanging over, and on the outside wall of the lobby building are lantern lights. This is by far one of the neatest additions here. Now, if you are parking your car yourself, there are tons of slots outside the building, but there's also a garage section where you can park your car underneath the building. This is found on both sides, and there are slots all along the edge. That way, you can park your car close to where your villa is. As you enter inside, you will be welcomed by the African atmosphere. The lobby is very similar to the Jambo House lobby, just not an atrium and not as big. But one thing that is very much the same are the African artifacts that are put on display all over the resort inside, and that's especially the case for the lobby. But also the amount of decorations themselves, the furniture, art formations, and the architecture capture the spirit of Africa. You see that with the chandeliers, roofing materials, and background art. At the right side of the lobby is a gift shop with merchandising, drinks, snacks, and other items convenient for your stay. And at the back of the lobby is a triangular vantage point of the giant window overlooking the sunset Savanna. Here on the second level, when you go to your left, you will head towards villas 7601 through 7982. On this side, you will find another display of African artifacts, and right before the elevators and villas is an observation balcony. This allows you to get a good look at the sunset Savanna from the west side of the resort. And on the right side of the lobby is where villas 7200 through 7564 are. And just before the elevators and villas is a quiet hangout room to chill inside. Just like the other side, it also comes with an observation balcony, this time giving you a view of the sunset Savanna from the east side of the resort. Heading downstairs to level 1 at the back of the lobby is where you access the sunset Savanna overlook. Just like the Arusha Savanna overlook at Jambo House, it comes with some neat African lantern lights, rocking chairs, greenery pieces, a fireplace, and most importantly, a spectacular vantage point of the Savanna. This is also an ideal place to get a nice view of the large lobby window, and it's so cool to look at the African crawl roof covering over the window too. Back inside on level 1 is also where Kidani Village's one and only restaurant is, which is Savanna. Serving out African and Indian dishes, it has a bunch of seating overlooking the sunset Savanna. It also comes with a lounge too. It's a little pricey, but I think you'll find it a cool experience nonetheless. And there's an option to mobile order food here, by the way. And that's pretty much it for the inside of the resort. While it may not be a whole lot, it offers a decent amount of things to look at and do, and will surely settle you in well with your stay. Now let's get on with the villas. For the selection of villas to reserve, there are 4 accommodation types: deluxe studio, 1-bedroom villa, 2-bedroom villa, and 3-bedroom grand villa, which all come with either resort view or Savanna view. The one I selected was the 1-bedroom villa Savanna view, as I wanted to get a good general idea of the villas while getting the immersive experience of Africa. If you are taking the elevators, you'll notice an artistic design on the doors to them. Inside the elevators are a decor piece and a mirror with clouded patterns etched on the glass. As for my villa, it was located on level 2 on the lobby level, so no elevator was needed for me this time. Kidani Village is a very lengthy building, so if your villa is towards the edge at either side, that's going to be essentially a trail expedition to get there from the lobby. And that's why I recommend parking close to where your villa is if you can, because there are elevators at various points down each side to make it easier to get to your vehicle. As for me though, my villa was situated close to the edge of the east side, so that took me a good 3 minutes of walking to get there, but at least the carpets are really cool. But anyway, as you step through the door, you will be comfortably settled inside. Every villa here at Kidani Village has recently been renovated, so everything is up to date with the timing of this review. Kicking off the tour of this villa at the front door, there's a closet right by it that encompasses the washer and dryer for laundry. On the direct other side is a full bathroom. The sink and mirror outline has a nice African wood design, the toilet has an artifact framed on the wall above it, and the tub shower uses 2 shower heads, while also having a sick tile of African art formations. Exiting out of this front part of the villa, you enter the main living space. Over on the wall by the laundry closet are 2 framed art pieces. One is a red illustration, the other is of animals. Right over nearby is the kitchen, which has 2 wooden stool seats for the counter, and the counter has an intriguing tan marble material, and there's no doubt the decoration lights are a good addition. The backsplash by the refrigerator uses a rather modern style of African art, and at the edge of the sink counter area is a framed art picture inspired from the 1994 animated classic, The Lion King. While the cabinet materials are plain colored and simplistic, they do at least have outlines on them. Over by the kitchen on the opposing side is the kitchenette table, which is almost the exact same as it was before the renovation. The only difference is that the cushion of the seats is light green now instead of light red. But that classic African wood-style table has been preserved here, including the display of 3 artifacts above. But what's noticeably different is the table light, which now have basket lantern designs to it. Moving on over is the actual living room. The sofa is vibrant red and it has light-colored patterns on the sides of the cushions, and even some decor pillows to go along with it. The carpet uses a red and brown color palette of African motifs, and the fan uses a nice wood design. The background of the sofa is also very sick, as the wood color and texture looks luxurious. On the sides of it are wallpaper backgrounds of lanterns, and the art background of the sofa is a map guide of the whole property, highlighting animals and natural resources. Also, the outlines on the handles are pretty cool too. Oh yeah, those handles are there to convert the sofa into a double bed for 2 people to sleep on in the villa. And as you may have guessed, the background of the Murphy bed is art inspired from The Lion King. Directly in front of the sofa is a TV stand, which has wooden decor pieces of birds between the TV, and the stand itself uses a light brown wallpaper and wood bordering. And yes, it converts down to a twin bed for 1 person to sleep on in the villa. As expected, it has a Lion King background, a sunset setting picture of Simba, Timon, and Pumbaa sleeping. By the window, the blackout curtains have a great configuration of stripes, and the sheer curtains have patterns on them as well. Now that wraps up the main living space. Heading on over in between the sofa and kitchen is the bedroom. This bedroom is set up very nicely, the way Disney renovated it. The bed frame and headboard is the exact same, with that Lion King reference on the top. But now what's different is the decor pillow, 3 framed pictures inspired from the Lion King above the king bed, really neat bedside lights on the wall, a cushioned chair in the corner, a cool lamp right by the chair, a wooden African dresser, a greatly decorated desk area regarding the chair, mirror, table, and lamp, a carpet with red and brown motifs, and a red blackout curtain, with that same sheer curtain as the living room. All of those details inside the bedroom are amazing and really set the vibe, but that's not what impressed me the most. You want to know what impressed me the most? The wall background against the bed, using wallpaper. This is something that I am seeing less of in hotels nowadays, even with Disney, and it sucks that this is now becoming rare. The texture of wallpaper in the bedroom, along with the color choices of forest green and tan, is spectacular. This villa does mainly use plastered drywall, and while I like to argue that I would like to see this way less often in hotels, this is one of the only exceptions where it works well, given the theme of the resort. But no, I'm actually impressed the most by wallpaper, of all things! I do think there could have been more art of any sort added to the sidewall by the master bathroom door, but this is a lot better than other luxury hotels. Looking at you, Helios. I think it's time to move on over to the master bathroom. The master bathroom is pretty spacious. Right up at you first is a bathtub, which has a dark marble tile surrounding it, and that same African art formation wall from that full bathroom wrapping around it all the way around to the walk-in shower, which also has 2 shower heads. The sink area is just like the one in the full bathroom, only wider and has more design for the mirror outline and lights by it. Now inside the toilet room, there's an artifact display above it just like that full bathroom, and right by the bathtub is a closet to store any luggage or items. Finally, to conclude the tour of the villa, you've got the balcony, accessible from both the living room and bedroom. Both rooms of the villa share one wide balcony together, and like I said earlier, I reserved a Savanna view villa, and where my villa was situated, I overlooked the sunset Savanna, as most of the villas here do. While I was out recording, I was able to spot a zebra, a few roan antelopes, and some cranes. My general view of the Savanna was quite beautiful, and it's even interesting to look out at nighttime. Something about the vibe is intriguing. So, that's the villas here at Kidani Village. Overall, they are really nice and very much captures the spirit of the wildlife exhibit of the animals and atmosphere of Africa. And it should be exciting for you to return back to after a long day at the theme parks. In general, I had a good time, but it wasn't exactly perfect. While I was away after filming the villa, my mom found 2 small hairs in the tub shower in the full bathroom, meaning it wasn't properly cleaned. I didn't notice it myself, but whether it happens to me or the people in my reservation is irrelevant. Knowing the high standards Disney has, I easily think this was a slip-up, but that still doesn't make it okay. So unfortunately, that removes 3 points from the final score at the end. But other than that, my stay was pretty nice. The only other con really is, of course, the typical pricing of this resort. My total for this stay was $702 exactly with my pass holder discount, whereas my stay at this villa type at Jambo House was a bit above that. But usually I find the rates to be more expensive than that, and all the other times, it's fully booked up. This is one of those few embedded DVC resorts at Disney World that is harder to reserve, due to both high prices and scarcity of availability. But I will add that I find it kinda cool how exclusive this DVC resort feels, due to the fact that Kidani Village is its own separate building, and it's also great for many guests staying with how much quieter and less crowded it is compared to Jambo House, even despite the lower quantity of amenities and activities. And that's really about it that I have in my mind regarding this place. It's really cool to see how different this whole resort felt compared to Jambo House. I know the theme is the same, but the energy certainly is not. And I think this is a fabulous place to lodge for your stay at Disney World. In conclusion, if you are looking for a DVC property with an exclusive attitude, very close distance to Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park, unique and luxurious villas, and just an outright cool and deluxe resort to reside at, this will be a good choice. But if you want to stay in another area at Disney World, prefer a different vibe or theme, or want to get more value with your money, then I'd say check out all the other DVC properties here at Disney World. I honestly enjoyed my time at the villas at Jambo House more than the regular guest rooms, so it was so awesome to see what Kidani Village is like, not only because of the newly made villas, but also because of the exclusivity of it. And the theme of Africa, the animals, and the mood of it is enough to intrigue you into wanting to make a stay here. I technically now have just one more embedded DVC property to check off here in total at Walt Disney World, and that's none other than the villas at Disney's Grand Floridian Resort and Spa. And that's technically because I also have to do the Island Tower and the bungalows at Disney's Polynesian Villas and Bungalows. But I'll get to that eventually, just maybe not precisely right away. Kidani Village has become one of my more favorable DVC resorts due to the energy and lavishness. I also really appreciate how Disney didn't completely extract the heart of the theme out of the villas this time with their renovations. And as such, if you reserve a stay here, you should get excited for it during your trip to Disney World, especially if proximity to Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park is crucial during your vacation. Now for those wondering from me on whether I think Jambo House or Kidani Village is better, I'm gonna hold off on that for now, as I believe it's best for me to wait and stay at Jambo House again when the renovations there are done. But as for now, Kidani Village is great for elegant villas and a Savanna immersion. And so, after everything I've said, Disney's Animal Kingdom Villas Kidani Village gets a final score of 91 out of 100. Thank you so much for watching this video. Catch y'all later, and God bless you. If you enjoyed this video, check out some other content that I've created for this channel. And don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. But only if you want to. Over and out.